Attention passionate Dallas, Cowboys. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Dallas, COWBOYSFANS. Let's get to the news. The NFL buzz right now is swirling around a potential blockbuster move that could significantly reshape the NFC East landscape. And it involves none other than Dallas Cowboys making a bold push to shore up their secondary with a player who's been making waves this season. We're talking about the possibility of the Cowboys trading for Jaylon Johnson, the talented cornerback from the Chicago Bears, and this rumor has the entire fan base buzzing with excitement and anticipation. It's not just a rumor. Insiders like Diana Rossini and other NFL sources suggest that this deal could be on the horizon, and if it materializes, it might just be a game changer for Dallas heading into the playoffs and beyond. Let's start by setting the stage. The Bears, after a somewhat rocky start to 2025 with a 4-5 record, find themselves in a tricky spot. Chicago is in the middle of a rebuild, and they're clearly looking to recalibrate their roster for the future. According to whispers in NFL circles, the Bears are considering trading Jaylon Johnson, a player who's proven to be one of the league's top shutdown corners, in exchange for a first-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. The idea is to free up cap space, about $15 million, so they can focus on rebuilding their offensive line and other areas, especially considering their run defense has been a bit underwhelming, allowing around 3-7 sacks per game. Now, why would the Cowboys be interested? Well, it's simple. Dallas's secondary has been a bit shaky at times this season, especially with Trevon Diggs on injured reserve for the past 4 games and questions surrounding players like Donovan Wilson and Juanyeh Thomas. Adding a player of Johnson's caliber could be just what the doctor ordered, an elite corner who can lock down top receivers and elevate the entire secondary. Johnson, at 26 years old, has been nothing short of impressive this year. Through Week 10, he's recorded 45 tackles, 5 interceptions, and 12 pass breakups. His PFF grade of 98 places him among the league's top cornerbacks, and his ball skills are elite. He's allowed just 0.7 yards per target, with a coverage EPA of -0.30 and a man coverage win rate of 78%. Not to mention, he's battled only minor injuries, including a shoulder tweak in Week 4, and has a career total of 15 interceptions and 220 tackles since coming into the league in 2020. What makes this move even more enticing for the Cowboys is the potential impact on their playoff run. Johnson's presence would immediately bolster a secondary that's been vulnerable against top NFC East teams like the Eagles and Giants. He's proven to be a shutdown corner, capable of blanketing the best receivers and reducing deep passing attempts, an invaluable trait that plays right into Dallas's defensive identity. When you look at the tape, Johnson's ability to lock down opponents' top threats is reminiscent of the legendary Deion Sanders, especially in critical moments. His ball skills and ability to come up with game-changing interceptions could be the difference-maker in tight playoff games. Let's take a closer look at the potential impact statistically and strategically. In terms of man coverage, Johnson adds about +2.1 points in man win rate compared to Dallas's current cornerbacks. His presence would likely push the Cowboys' pass defense into the top 10 in the league, a significant improvement considering how they've been hit or miss at times this season. Plus, his ability to force turnovers, averaging 1.5 interceptions per game in 2025, could help Dallas generate more scoring opportunities, especially in high-pressure moments. With the offense already humming, thanks to Dak Prescott's leadership and an impressive running game, the Cowboys need a defense that can carry its weight, and Johnson might be that missing piece. Now, the trade talks are still in the early stages, and the Bears are reportedly cautious about losing a player who's been their lockdown corner, especially as they aim to develop their young QB, Caleb Williams, who's been struggling under pressure with a 60% completion rate. But the Bears are also aware of the cap implications and the long-term benefits of acquiring draft capital. For Chicago, it's about building for the future, especially with their defense allowing around 24 points per game this season. Although losing Johnson would be a blow to their secondary, they seem open to the idea if the right offer comes along. On the other side, the Cowboys are in a different kind of race. They're 5-4, navigating a competitive NFC where every game counts, and their cap space is tight after recent moves like acquiring Quinnen Williams. Adding Johnson would give them a much-needed boost in the secondary, especially as they prepare for the playoff push. Imagine a defense that can lock down the NFC East's top receivers like A.J. Brown or Darius Slayton. Johnson's coverage skills would make a huge difference, especially in the high-stakes postseason games. His ability to reduce deep passes by around 10% would help Dallas tighten its coverage in critical moments, turning the AT&T Stadium into a fortress. From a strategic perspective, bringing Johnson into the fold could be a turning point for the Cowboys, transforming their secondary from a relative weakness into a strength. His ball skills, combined with his ability to win 78% of his man coverage battles, would make him a true X-factor. In the playoffs, where every play matters, having a shutdown corner like Johnson could be the difference between a deep run and an early exit. Think about the potential matchups in January and February. Johnson shadowing top receivers and making life miserable for quarterbacks, forcing them into bad throws, and creating turnovers that could swing games in Dallas's favor. The fans are already imagining the possibilities. Picture Johnson lining up across from A.J. Brown in a playoff game. His elite ball skills and ability to contest nearly every pass would make Brown's deep threat less effective. Or imagine the secondary with Trevon Diggs returning from injury, paired with Johnson on the outside. Suddenly, the Cowboys' pass defense becomes a nightmare for opposing offenses. It's not just about one player, though. It's about elevating the entire unit and giving the team the confidence to take more risks on defense, knowing they have a shutdown corner to rely on. Of course, all of this hinges on the deal actually happening, and there are still questions about the Bears' willingness to part with Johnson. But the signs point to a real possibility, and NFL insiders are watching closely. The Cowboys, with their window to contend wide open, are in a prime position to make a bold move, one that could pay dividends in the postseason and set them up for a deep run. It's the kind of move that reminds everyone why Dallas is always in the mix, aggressive, strategic, and ready to pounce when the opportunity arises. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Dallas Cowboys news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the Cowboys' front office will have to weigh the benefits of acquiring Johnson against the cost. A first-round pick in 2026 is a significant assets investment, but considering the impact he could have on their defense, it might be worth it. With the playoffs approaching and the NFC becoming more competitive by the week, Dallas can't afford to sit still. They've got a talented roster, but adding a player of Johnson's caliber could be the final piece needed to elevate them from good to great. The coaching staff, led by Mike McCarthy and defensive coordinator Dan Quinn, would surely see the value in bolstering their secondary with a proven shutdown corner. For the fans, what's exciting is the potential of seeing Johnson in a Cowboys uniform, locking down the NFC East's best receivers and helping Dallas make a serious push for another Super Bowl appearance. If the deal goes through, it would send shockwaves through the league, and more importantly, it would send a message to the NFC. Dallas is serious about competing and winning big again. The NFC is wide open this season, and with Johnson on the roster, the Cowboys could have that extra edge, one that might just be enough to bring another Lombardi trophy home. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you believe Jaylon Johnson is the missing piece for Dallas's defense? Would you be willing to give up a first-round pick for him? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Dallas Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news.